Hi there, Arpeggiated here and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to show you how I played and recorded all the other guitar parts to the Rivermaya hit classic 214, also known as Forever by Your Side. Before we begin, I'd like to say thank you to every single one of you who've already bought their own Practice Makes Perfecto t-shirts. Sales of these t-shirts help me keep making these videos for all of you to enjoy. In the Philippines, I have changed suppliers of these shirts. These are now available from shirtly.ph, and the web store URL is shirtly.ph/perfdicastro. It is no longer available on lazada.com. And for the rest of the world, you can go to teespring.com/stores/perfdicastro. Links are in the description. And when you receive your shirts, don't forget to send me a photo either through my Facebook page or Instagram account so I can feature you in future videos, as I have done with my friends right here. As with my other guitar tutorials, tab will be displayed on screen as I play each guitar part. And if you want to support me even further, you can go to my website, perfectodecastro.com, and buy the full PDF tab of all the parts discussed in this video for only $2.99. Of course, it will also come with an MP3 backing track for you to practice with. So make sure to go to the link in the description box. Okay, here we go. First, let's set the record straight once and for all. The intro and interludes of 214 are not played on a guitar, but rather played on a bass. So Nathan played it on the recording and always plays it live as well. Now for the recording, Nathan used the guitar version of a Boss flanger, that purple pedal. From the flanger, the signal was then routed into the recording studio's mixing console and straight into 2-inch tape. Now to get a similar sound, set your flanger's depth control to a high setting, the rate control somewhat slow, and not a lot of feedback. Then you will get a tone similar to this. So the opening line starts with an E power chord in the 7th position. Then on the first string, you're going to slide up to the 13th fret G sharp, and follow that up with the F sharp and E on the 11th and 9th frets respectively. And from there, you're going to go back up to the 12th fret G on the first string, F sharp, and then a little hammer on and pull off from the E to the F sharp and back. Then grab the C on the 10th fret 2nd string, then D 12th fret 2nd string. Slide up to the 14th fret E, then grab the 14th fret B on the 3rd string. And then you're going to slide back down again to the beginning of the riff. So you're going to play this riff a total of 2 times. Then to end the section, a quick hammer on and pull off, 13th fret to the 14th fret, G sharp to A and back. And another quick hammer on pull off, this time from E to F sharp and back with a grace note B before it on the 2nd and 3rd strings. And then slide down to start the bass line of the song. Next up is the main rhythm guitar part of the song. For the recording, I used my Mytek PDC custom guitar called Bibinka, and I plugged it into an old Japanese phaser pedal. I don't even know what the brand is. I borrowed it from Carlos Sison of Hardware Syndrome, and I plugged it into a Marshall rack system and 4x12. It was the Marshall JMP1 with the 9200 monoblock amplifier into a 4x12. So to get a similar sound, set a phaser like a phase 90 to a slow rate and plug it in front of a clean plexi type amp model or amplifier. I also use the middle position of my guitar's pickup selector, so I have both pickups going at the same time. Now for the intro and interludes, I just outlined the chord progression, which is an E major, goes to C, D, and back to E. You should take note that the D chord is not played with the regular open D chord shape. I'm actually taking the C chord shape and moving it up 2 frets. And I'm only playing the strings that are fretted. Okay, so C, D, back to E. C, D, E. Now, when I play this song live, I tend to play a lot more things. So feel free to fill up the spaces according to how you feel. Okay, so the verse chords are E suspended second on the 7th fret, and then B minor 7 on the 7th fret as well. And you're going to repeat those 2 chords. And then we're going to go to A major. Instead of playing A major like your regular bar chord, I actually play it with the open string and just the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string notes of the A major bar chord. And then that is followed by A minor. Okay. Now the reason why I play A and A minor this way is so that I don't clutter up the low end unnecessarily. Like that. A lot more clear, especially in a full band setting. Now the strumming pattern is inspired by Crowded House. Now the verse chord progression is played twice, and then it leads into the chorus. The chorus chords are as follows: G, E minor, B minor 7, and then C add 9, D, we go back to G, E minor. Then the second time around, instead of going to B minor, we go straight to the D chord. And then there's a little tag from C add 9 to D. And then the whole chorus chords repeat again. Just an interesting thing to take note, I play B minor 7 with just the bare essentials. So 2nd fret, B on the 5th string, the flat 7th, 2nd fret A on the 3rd string, and then D on the 3rd fret 2nd string. And again, it is a way for me to not clutter up the low end unnecessarily. Okay. So make sure you mute the 4th string and the 1st string when you play this chord. And the strumming pattern goes. And finally, we have the part that does the clean guitar fills during the verses, as well as the arpeggiated figure during the choruses. I used this very guitar on that recording, my 80s made in Japan 62 reissue Fender Stratocaster. So the pickup selector is in the 4th position using the neck and the middle pickups. And it was plugged straight into a clean amplifier with just a little bit of reverb added during mixdown. For the intro, this part plays a lot of natural harmonics. So whenever the E chord comes around, I play the harmonics on the 12th fret, 1st and 2nd strings. And sometimes I played around with harmonics on the 7th fret as well. Again, 1st and 2nd strings. There wasn't really any set pattern to it. I just played it whenever I felt like it. Now we go into the verse. Now there are two basic fills. The first fill goes like this, which is a mixture of hammer-ons and double stops. Now the second fill is slightly syncopated and it involves double stops and compound bends. So basically I'm playing around E major pentatonic, or depending on how you look at it, you can also think of it as C sharp minor pentatonic, the relative minor of E major. Now these fills are inspired by the clean guitar playing of people like Curtis Mayfield, Jimi Hendrix, and Richie Kotzen. Now during live shows, I don't really play these fills because being the only guitar player in the band, I have to stick to the main rhythm guitar part. However, if your band has another guitar player that takes care of the rhythm guitar duties, then feel free to improvise along the same flavor of these licks. And so on. Now, since these fills are really sparse during the recording, I also filled up the space with some harmonics. Again, on the 1st and 2nd strings, 12th fret and 7th frets. Now we get to the chorus. Instead of following the chord progression, I actually play an arpeggiated figure that floats on top of the moving chords. So for that, I reuse the D major chord shape that is also used in the intro, but instead of avoiding the open 3rd string, I now add it to the chord. So instead of being just a plain D major, it is now a D add 11 chord. And again, you just take the C major shape, move it up 2 frets, and play the inner strings, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And the picking pattern is as follows. While the rest of the band plays this arpeggio floats over it. I chose to record this clean arpeggiated parts for the chorus because of several reasons. I didn't want 214 to sound dated by having big distorted power chords in the chorus. So keeping the guitars clean for the chorus was somewhat of a rebellion against the big rock power ballads of the time. Also, I wanted a contrast between guitar textures for the recording so that when the distorted lead guitar comes in, it takes center stage. And finally, during the time, this was my favorite chord. I just love how that chord sounds, and I looked for every excuse to be able to use that chord in my playing. Okay, there you have it. Those are the other recorded guitar parts for the River Maya hit song, Forever by Your Side. Now, if you dug this video, please give it a thumbs up like. Feel free to share it with your friends, and do subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit that notification bell. And as always, I love hearing from you guys, so let me know what you think in the comments section below. Wait. I feel like I forgot something. Oh, actually, there's one more guitar part that's not included in this video, and that is the outro guitar solo. A lot of you have been asking me in the comment section to do a tutorial on that thing. However, I, for the life of me, cannot remember what I played because it was purely improvised, did in a couple of takes. And since that part of the song has a lot of things going on already, that outro solo was mixed a little under everything else, which makes it not an integral part of the song. So, if you are going to play this song live, you have my permission to play your own solo over it. Have fun. In fact, that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to improvise a solo over the outro section, and fingers crossed something good comes out. Here we go. Cheers, guys. Practice makes perfecto.